Hi, Jeff here at Comprehensive Driving Tuition. Welcome to this video. This video is for people who've done their first lesson and maybe on their second lesson or possibly third lesson, and we're learning the sequence which is called prepare, observe and go. Okay, now some you might find this written in some places as prepare, observe and move, but it's pretty much the same thing. It's just a different word that we're using. Okay, so when we move off from the side of the road, we operate a sequence which is called prepare, observe and go. Okay, and in fact you use this sequence every single time that your car is stationary and you're about to move. Okay, so you always prepare your car first, you then observe in the necessary places, and then you go. Simple as that really, but it's just an easy way to remember how to do it. But let's just to go through it on in detail about how you would do it from the side of the road. Okay, so imagine you've got in your car, you've done your cockpit drill, you've done the precautions before starting the engine, you've turned the engine on and you're ready to go. So the first thing you do is you push the clutch down to the floor and you put it into first gear. You leave the clutch down because you're in gear. You have your foot over the accelerator, you have your hand on the wheel here, and you have your other hand on the handbrake. That is the prepared section. Okay, and you can stay in this section as long as you like. Have a chat about anything you like while we're doing it. So just to recap, it's clutch down into first gear, leave your clutch down, foot on the gas ready, not pressing it, hand on the wheel, not using it, hand on the handbrake, not taking it off. So you're prepared. Simple as that. You then move into the observe section. The observe section means you need to be looking around to see if it's actually safe and there's an opportunity to move off. Now, to be thorough on this, and we need to be thorough on this, we need to do a 5-point check behind as well as looking ahead. Those 5 points are looking over your left shoulder, and you're looking with a certain restricted view because head restraints get in the way, pillars at the back of the car, passengers might get in the way, but so you might have to move around a bit to see everything. Okay, but you're looking basically for things that are coming out of driveways or if there's a junction that you can't see in your mirrors. Okay, so that's the first place to look. The second place to look is the door mirror on your left hand side, and you can see in there people coming down the pavement. You might see a cyclist on the pavement, people walking, or people just about to cross the road behind you or stuff like that. So you have a good look in there. You look in this center mirror, okay, which you can see directly down the road, and then you look in this door mirror for things that might be coming like the side of you, like motorbikes and cyclists overtaking you. And then you look over your right shoulder, which again is quite hard because you've got these things in the way, so you have to look forwards and backwards to make sure you have a proper view. And it could be there's a parked car on the other side, or it could be that there's something coming out of a driveway, okay, that you haven't seen, or there might even be a junction over there, who knows, but you don't know until you check. So these are very, very important checks that you do, and you do all this while you've got your hand up here, your hand on the handbrake, your clutch down in gear and your foot on the gas. So you're doing it like this, checking all around, checking all in the mirrors and everything. Okay, it doesn't take long, but it just needs to be fairly thorough to make sure it's safe. At the end of the day, it's your responsibility. Once you're certain that it is safe, you then operate a sequence called go, and the go section is handbrake off, signal up and move off. Okay, simple as that. And you don't want to be signaling forever and ever and ever, so we'll practice that you get it down to about 3 flashes before you move. Okay, when you first do it, it'll probably be about 10 or more. Okay, but we're not going to worry too much about that at the beginning, but as you get better at it, you want to be handbrake off, signal up and go. And then when you get the gas and the biting point and you're just about to move off, it's not a bad idea to have a final look in your mirror and a little quick glance over your shoulder, just to make sure, which is quite hard to start with because you're thinking so much about your feet that you can't be bothered with what's going on behind. Okay, but at the end of the day, you've obviously got to be bothered with what's behind. So when you're just about to get the biting point and off you go, you have a final little check round and then you're off. Okay, so that's the sequence of prepare, observe, go. You use that every single time you're stationary by the side of the road. Of course, if we're on the other side of the road, you'll be checking the other way around. You'll be looking over your right shoulder first, and then around to your left shoulder, and then you'd be signalling down for left. Okay, but mostly we'll be pulling away on the left hand side of the road. Okay, you use this sequence as I say every time that you're stationary, so in future lessons you'll be using it on your 3-point turns, all your maneuvers. You'll be using it at T-junctions, in traffic jams, at traffic lights, wherever you have to stop. Okay, you won't always have to look all around like that in those situations, but say you're at a T-junction, you prepare your car in first, you have everything ready, you may not need to put the handbrake on, but you look right, left and right, and if it's safe you then go. So it's prepare, observe, go. So the sequence, what I'm basically saying here is the sequence is used every time you're stationary and you need to move. That's when you use it. Okay, so read it up on the website, learn it parrot fashion, make sure you understand it, because if you can learn all that and get it exactly right each time, saves you a lot of time on the lessons. Okay, hope that's helped, and I'll see you on the next lesson.